This is Chapter 1 for Physics 101, Part 1. So this chapter begins with what physics is, and that is the study of the material world. It's a search for patterns, rules, or behavior of objects in the universe. So it covers all range of materials, from the smallest particles to the biggest particles, your astronomical objects. And it also covers the entire span of time, from the beginning when we started with our primordial fireball to the ultimate face of the universe. So what we're going to be looking at is the worldview. And it's basically a set of shared ideas that represent current explanations of how the material world operates. The physics world is a dynamic one, so we're constantly proposing ideas, we're debating them, we're testing them, and some of them will survive, some do not survive. So the goal of the class is to help you view the world differently. And as we go through this semester, I'll point out some real world examples that are actually based with physics. Now, there are 3 criteria for an idea to become a law. First, it has to account for all known data. Secondly, it must make predictions that can be tested. And then finally, it must have a scientific basis. Okay, in Chapter 1, it's basically a math review to make sure everybody's up to speed with their math. So the first thing we have to review is our order of operations. And that is going to be very important as we move through the semester doing a variety of our physics problems. So first, our order of operations tells us that anything inside parentheses or brackets, you want to do those first. Okay, so for example, we have 9 and we have in parentheses 6 plus 11. So that rule tells us we must add 6 plus 11, which gives us 17, and then we can multiply it by 9, which gives us an answer of 153. Secondly, with order of operations, we're going to do multiplication or division, and we work from left to right. And then we do addition or subtraction, again, working from left to right. So in this problem, we see we have 2 times 3 plus 5. Well, we're going to want to do the 2 times 3 first, which will give us 6, and then we're going to add the 5 for a total of 11. Now, a lot of times the problems you encounter will involve a fraction bar. So what you want to do is do all the work on the top and then the bottom and then simplify, following the previous 2 rules of order of operations. So for example, we want to add 5 plus 3 because it's in brackets. So that's going to give us 8. Then we will have 4 times 8 plus 3. On the bottom, we're doing first our 2 times 3, which gives us 6, and then we carry over minus 1. So we want to do on the top our multiplication first. So 4 times 8 gives us 32 plus 3, and then we go to the bottom, 6 minus 1 gives us 5. So finally, we have 35 plus 5. You're never going to leave your answer in this form. You're always going to simplify it, and the simplification is an answer of 7. Now, what we're going to be doing a lot this semester is also solving equations. So a little review on solving equations. Very important. Any operation carried out on one side of an equation has to be carried out on the other side. So for instance, if you are given this problem and you're asked to solve for y, that means we need to get y by itself. And to do that, we must subtract x by both sides. When we subtract x from both sides, we get an answer of y equals z minus x. Now, if we have a quantity that is multiplied on one side, the way we shift it to the other side is by division. So in this case, you're asked to solve for x, but we see it's x times y equals z. We need to get x by itself. So in order to do that, we're going to divide the left by by y, and the right by y, which will give us a final answer of x equals y minus, I messed up. End recording.